When did you realize the saying, good things never last, was true? When my husband and I found out I couldn't get pregnant, we were devastated, and after months of considering the next steps, we decided to adopt a puppy. We spent weeks researching breeds and where to get our dog, and once we finally settled on one, I was ecstatic. I remember the day my husband came home from the airport after flying our dog Charlie over from across the country. I couldn't sleep for a week because of how happy I was. I spent every hour playing with him, and every night, he nuzzled up to me, and I knew our love was mutual. I felt like the love I had for the child had transferred right over to Charlie, but, as rumor has it, great things never last. One weekend, we were at my mother's house, and I let Charlie prance around her huge yard, and he was in doggy paradise. He was chasing his ball and letting his zoomies out when my husband said he'd go to the store to buy food for our barbecue. That's also when my world practically ended. He had a terrible tendency to blast music extremely loud when he drove, and as he got into his car, it was blasting. He didn't hear me yelling at the top of my lungs to stop or notice Charlie run behind the car, but he ended up backing right over him. Just like that, Charlie was gone and I was lying on the floor sobbing like I'd lost a child. I choked up so much that I ended up in the ER getting treated for a panic-induced asthma attack. Since that day, I couldn't look at my husband the same way. Every time I saw him, I saw an ignorant a-hole who couldn't turn down his radio, and that filled me with rage. I even spoke to a therapist about it, but it was useless. On the day of the disaster, two things died.